Hi everyone, we're back. Thanks for returning to my channel. Today we are making curried chicken salad. A lot of people love chicken salad sandwiches on a bed of lettuce. The curried chicken salad really spices things up a little bit and keeps it less bland, so that's what we're doing today. In order to make this, you need to have some non-fat Greek yogurt, some type of mayonnaise. I do not recommend Miracle Whip, I recommend mayonnaise, real mayo. Some salt, some pepper. I want you to have at least a half a cup of slivered almonds. If you like nuts, if you don't, forget about it, throw them out. Although if you want to go a little crazier, you could put some wild craisins in there. You need 2 cups of chicken, cut up, diced, shredded in some form. And then it's really nice to have about a cup of grapes. We're going to go ahead and slice those in half. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make it right now. Okay, so first things first, you want to go ahead and put everything into a bowl and whisk it together. So we're going to start with the Greek yogurt. I like using non-fat Greek. You know, for those that want to use full-fat Greek, feel free. It doesn't really change the recipe. It'll make it a little bit creamier. And then I want 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise up in here. In addition to that, I want a pinch of my salt, NaCl, about a teaspoon if you're comfortable with it. Honestly, I like salt. Some people prefer not to have salt. About a teaspoon of pepper. I love fresh ground pepper. And then you want some really nice yellow, delicious golden curry powder. And I like to go heavy on the curry powder. Not everyone does. But if you're okay with it, I highly recommend doing at least a good heaping tablespoon of the curry powder. It just really adds a lot to the chicken, and I think it just brings the flavor to life. So now we have all of that in there, and I'm gonna go ahead and mix it up just a little bit here. I like using a metal whisk for these things because I just think it's easier. If you're baking, I really like, using a silicone whisk, but the metal whisks for me that are they have big holes in the middle of them, work really well for salad dressings and toppings and sauces. I like them a lot because you can actually use them in hot cooking too when you're over a stove. So that's the first part of this. Mix your sauce. So now we're gonna go ahead and cut up the chicken. I like using store-bought chicken just because it's easier when you're in a hurry. It's also seasoned extremely well and easy to get at the grocery store. So poor little poulet struggled just a bit to get out of this plastic sack here. You can leave the skin on if you want. There's really no wrong way to do this. I'm a purist. I like taking the skin off. That way when I'm chopping my 2 cups of chicken, it gets me a cleaner palette for the rest of the curry. And for those of you who would prefer to leave the skin on, more power to you. So we're gonna go ahead and do a rough chop on this. There's no right or wrong. It's just chicken. It's just you and the chicken. All right, so get yourself a good knife. You should be holding it properly. And then just go to town. If you've had a really rough day, and you need to take it out on something, feel free to shred the chicken with your hands. I've been there. It's tough. Get some nice big chunks in there. You want it to pick up the curry sauce when you fold it in. All right. So I have about 2 cups of chicken. I like to pull out the extra skin and fat. Alrighty. I'm gonna go ahead and put this into my curry. Oh, this is gonna be so good. And then the next piece of this is going to be our grapes. And if you'll remember, I said that you wanna go ahead and have your grapes, have them in half, so that it's easier to get a smaller bite of chicken salad versus really large grapes. These actually happen to be really large grapes. I like using red grapes, purple grapes. You can definitely use green grapes. Another variation of this, more traditional, you can use green grapes and celery. Oh, so delicious in the spring and summertime when it's so hot. It's so hot in Phoenix. I don't know where you are, but it's really hot here. All right, so next I'm gonna go ahead and chop the grapes. Trying to get them to stay in one place. It's always a lovely challenge. Again, just a really easy recipe to roll you into the weekend or weekday if you want something for lunch instead of a salad. I am guilty of eating so many salads during the week. I needed a change. A few more. Okay, grapes are done. Oh, so much work. All right, and if you spill a couple grapes here and there, don't worry about it. Just toss them back in the bowl. All right, so I have the grapes in, I have the chicken in, I have, what am I forgetting? Oh, the almonds. Make sure you have your almonds. Go ahead and sprinkle those on top. And now we're gonna fold everything together. I don't know if you've seen this on Schitt's Creek. It's a wonderful, wonderful television show, but there's a scene where Moira and her son are talking about making an enchilada sauce, I think, or enchilada soup, and she says, fold in the cheese. And he says, what does that even mean? Fold in the cheese. And folding is just a way to mix things together. It keeps things from sinking down lower, and it helps give some really nice texture. So you can go ahead and fold that in. This is what folding looks like. It's not complicated. But if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. You should Google it, look it up. All right, so we folded it in pretty good, and I'm just gonna go grab a little bit more salt and pepper and be right back. Guys, I hope you can see this. I've actually gone ahead and added some green onion because I wanted to put some cilantro in, and I couldn't find any, so it's delicious. All right, so I'm gonna give this a last little stir. Stir it up a little bit. I mentioned we put some green onions in there because I was out of cilantro. But honestly, this is as good as it gets. I usually try and put it on a bed of lettuce leaves or on toast points or rye crackers. Is really delicious, but it's Friday, it's the end of the week, and I'm feeling exhausted. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and eat it right out of the bowl. I hope you have a great week. Thanks for tuning in.